Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, to all my subscribers, and to anybody who's new here, welcome. My name is Jenna, and today we're going to be doing my August TBR, and I'm also going to flip a coin to see who's going to pick one of my books of August, whether that be from The Fool or Alice. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can tell on camera, but I'm blistered all right here. I got a chemical burn from a face mask. A unicorn face mask the other day. And to top it all off, a young girl came into my work in a unicorn outfit, like full-on hoodie, and it's 100 degrees outside. Why are you wearing a hoodie to begin with? But I feel like I was being mocked by the unicorns. And I don't know if it has to do with I do actually, for those of you who have been watching my channel, know that I've been struggling. Adult horror is my favorite genre. Horror in general, but mainly adult reads. But also like thriller and dystopian. But I've been trying to get into fantasy, but I struggle with that. I think part of it is YA. I like the stories, but sometimes the love triangles are a bit too much for me, and I get kind of annoyed if it takes over the story. And I mean, when I read fantasy, I want to read adventure, action, you know, different characters, because fantasy, you could do anything. Instead, I feel like I just get like a teenage love story. But I'm not used to world building and magic systems, so I feel like I would like adult better, but the big magic systems and those kind of intimidate me a little bit. So yeah, I'm being mocked, but I'm really going to try this month, and I got hurt by a unicorn. Okay, so I'm really going to try to ease myself into fantasy this month, and keep working toward that toward the end of the year, because the goal is adult fantasy and me being comfortable with it, because I really want that. But my last read was an adult horror that was very emotionally draining. It was great, but I need my next few books to be a little more lighthearted. So I was at Barnes & Noble and I saw this, and luckily my library had it. It's So This Is Ever After by F.T. Lukens. So this is a YA fantasy, but it sounds witty and funny, and I don't remember their names, but all I remember is he is stuck as king. Somehow that happened, and he doesn't sound like he really wants it, but his best friend / wizard convinces him to do it. And the catch is, oh, but guess what? You also have to get married. So that's basically pushing the whole love thing, but it also kind of sounds like these two might end up together. And I like the whole best friend to love thing. So again, I need lighthearted anyway, so why not do lighthearted, witty, funny fantasy? So I'm going to try that one to see how it is. And then this next one, I saw the second one at Barnes & Noble, and my library had the first one, so I put it on hold, and I got it the other day. This is Victoria Aveyard's Realm Breaker. And the other one is, it has a map to begin with. I don't know if it has a magic system, but it sounds like there's a girl, a heroine, which is nice, and an evil guy with a sword. It almost sounds like Lord of the Rings, but instead of the ring, just picture a sword. So she has to go on this adventure across this land with these different character friends to conquer this bad guy. I like that concept. I don't... See, I read Runebreaker by Alex Collier. That was really good. That was a YA fantasy, but it also had a little bit of horror in it. It was kind of post-apocalyptic, dystopian, so I think that's why I liked it so much. It did have a magic system, and it wasn't that big of one, but even with that, I had to keep kind of flipping back to be like, hey, what did this element mean again? Which is what gets annoying to me, because I'm not used to it, and I just had an idea. Sorry. I will cut this out. I have to write this down or I will forget it. I just thought of an idea that might help me actually with that. Okay. I'm sorry, I don't mean to tease, but if this works, I will let you know if my idea works. So again, I don't know if this has a magic system, but I'm going to attempt it and see how it goes. Beautiful cover. Look at that sword. And let's see. So up next, like I said, I'm actually in the middle of reading this. This is The Secrets of Hexbridge Castle by Gabrielle Kent. This is a middle grade because, like I said, I wanted something lighthearted. This is about a boy who inherits a magical castle, but he has no idea why. And there's a dragon up there. I'm about halfway through it right now, and so far I'm really liking it. And then I got Written in Blood by Leighton Green from my library. This is an adult mystery murder. There's a murder that takes place in a library. And this detective who has some issues has to figure it out. So that's that one. And then this next one, this name will sound familiar to you. Neil Gaiman's The Graveyard Book. So this is the second one. I just got through reading the first one. I haven't read the actual novel. I've heard about it. But when I went to my library and found this, I saw this. And I read the first one and immediately wanted the second one. Very good. I haven't started this one yet. But this one is about a boy who basically grows up in a graveyard. Yes. And so this next one, I'm actually listening to the Audible. But that's because I want someone in English to read it to me. And that is Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. I loved the Colin Firth. I liked the other one too, but I really liked the TV version. The Colin Firth and Jennifer Eel Pride and Prejudice movie. But I've never actually read the novel. But I kind of want to read this. This is the complete Jane Austen, the Osborne edition. All the novels retold. But I don't want to read this one first because it says retold. So I'm listening to the Audible, and this female English woman, I don't remember her name, sorry, I'll say it in my review, is reading it to me. But then I think I'll read Pride and Prejudice. I don't think I'll read this whole thing, but I want to read this afterward because it has beautiful artwork, and it might actually help because some people are intimidated by Jane Austen because of her wording. But this one sounds like it was in the kind of the children's section at this place that I went to, this bookstore. And the artwork is beautiful. So I really want to read this one too. But like I said, I don't, that's from Northanger Abbey. Oh, here's some of Pride and Prejudice. So the artwork is lovely. So I definitely want to read Pride and Prejudice from this too. So I don't think I'll read the whole thing. So those are my so far books that I plan to read this month. I am not going to rush through this one. I'm not going to rush myself. So if I don't finish it this month, or if I don't get to it, if I'm not in the mood, I definitely don't want to start it if I feel intimidated, or because I really want to get more into fantasy. All right, so now let's do my jar pick. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, what I do is I flip this coin that has an owl and a quill on the other side. And I started this because I got in a book slump, and this really helps. It makes kind of more of a fun thing out of it. But basically, we're going to do Owl is the Fool, and whichever one is the jar I pick from. And it could be pretty much almost anything in there. I'm going to try to do this. It's the owl. All right, last time it was Alice. So, and I already had it kind of open. I'm going to shake it. And actually, this one is kind of hard to, so I'm thinking I might actually dump it out. Steve said shake more. He's over there. He was laughing at me about my chemical burns, so I didn't let him be in. He's not allowed to be in this video. He's punished in timeout. All right. Let me really closing my eyes. You know what? Need more to come out. See, it's not that big. The hole's not that. That's what she said. All right. Let you kind of look at it first. What is it? Unearthed. That is, see, when I made these way back, I don't remember what the P stands for. It's horror. paperback. Maybe that's what it's, okay. Hang on, I'm gonna go get that book. Actually, I decided to take you guys with me again. Someone said they liked that last time, so kind of gives you a peek at my bookshelves. There's Sam and Dean. All right. There is... This is where I kind of keep all my horror that I want to get to. And I think Unearthed is back here. There's Steve. There it is. Come here. This is Unearthed. Look at that cool cover. Oh, and I'm kind of glad it's an adult horror because I have quite a few, you know, middle grade and YA in there and one classic. So, and I kind of need my adult horror fix. Oh, and it's got that cool little, so it says, buried in the earth is a vast fortune in silver, a hidden vein of precious metal that could not be reached by the pick and shovel miners of Nantucket for nearly 100 years. Buried in legend is a powerful entity, not human, a creature that has rested beneath the earth for countless centuries, ready to unleash its vengeance upon the human race. That sounds friendly. Buried in terror is the town of Nantucket, a shocked community of men and women, each cursed with a different vision of the mutating horror. For some it is a beast, for others a child. But whatever its shape or form, its motives are unknown, and its touch is worse than death. Unearthed is superb, one hell of a read. And it's not that big. So I'm looking forward to my August reading month. Let me know what you're reading this month, and if you've read any of these, don't spoil it for me, but let me know what you think. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a good one. Bye.